one of many policies to be announced during this weekend's conference. And of course, it looks as though the Conservatives really want to move away from the sort of interventionist approach that they have been taking as in response to this pandemic. It's almost as though they want to say, hey guys, we're back, we're libertarians. It was always there. Our roots, libertarian roots was always there. We've never left. But then again, as with anything, the devil is in the detail. So I'll be quite really interested in looking at to see how this policy will be costed. I mean, on the whole, it's good news for young people. So we'll see.
They're pledging to create a Generation Buy.
Well, let's hope so. I think something needs to be done, doesn't it? Nikki, to the Telegraph, looking at social media and it links to depression.
Yeah, well, I've got to be honest, this is a bit of a misleading headline for this story. So it's research from the Office of National Statistics that's found that a third of young women aged 16 to 24 report having anxiety or depression. Now, the Telegraph is running a campaign against social media for the tech giants to take responsibility for the impact their technologies have on people, especially young people. And so we have some commentary in the report about the effect of social media and that it is potentially one of the factors that is affecting the mental health of young women. But we also have Louise Clarkson, who's the head of children and young people at Mine, the mental health charity. And she's saying that there's a stark decline in young people's wellness, and that's not just to do with social media, it's to do with academic stress, uncertain jobs market, and pressures on their appearance, which social media doesn't help, obviously. But there's a little bit more to this story than just blaming social media for the decline in people's mental health.
Yeah.
Julia, just time to tell us about the cat pergola in the sun.
I really like this story. As a cat owner myself, I feel mortified for the owner of this cat. There's a very cute pixie who has a knack for stealing neighbors' gloves. In addition to that, she seems to really like stealing kids' toys. So every morning the owner receives a little gift of something that the pixie has stolen, and she's now got a box where she's keeping all of this sort of spoils that she's received, and has set up a Facebook appeal to try to reunite owners with the stolen items.
If my Timmy was doing it, I'd be popping them on eBay. Look, just very, very quickly, Nikki, looking at the Sun, the next James Bond could be
Harry Styles, apparently. I was absolutely flabbergasted by this story because I've never seen Harry Styles as a Bond type, but apparently this is because he breaks the mould of a traditional Bond and therefore he would be extremely popular, and apparently he's had some very serious talks with producers about it.
Really? Do you think?
He's saying he's very close to being confirmed.
Very close.
I think
a source says, so I think we need to be a little bit skeptical.
Yeah, I think that'd put me off Bond for life, I think. Very strange. Look, good to see you both. We'll catch you a little bit later on. Thank you.
Still to come on Sky News Breakfast, all the very latest on President Trump.
That's right, stop the stigmas, we just heard. That's right, stop the stigmas, we just heard. And I agree, Tony, at first I was a little uncomfortable. That's right, stop the stigmas, we just heard. That's right, stop the stigmas, we just heard. And I agree, Tony, at first I was a little uncomfortable with the applause because I'm thinking, why are we applauding about mental health? But you raised a really interesting point, that we are really here to celebrate. And that's right, stop the stigmas, we just heard. And I agree, Tony, at first I was a little uncomfortable.
He will spend at least the next few days. It was around 6:30 Friday evening as he walked off of Marine One and into Walter Reed. Just before midnight, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany put out a statement from President Trump's physician. It says, in part, the president is doing very well. He is not requiring supplemental oxygen, but in consultation with specialists, we have elected to initiate remdesivir therapy. He has completed his first dose and is resting comfortably. Going well, I think. thank you all, love. This all started Thursday night when one of President Trump's top aides, Hope Hicks, tested positive for COVID-19. Right now, the focus is on the event at the White House 1 week ago, where hundreds of supporters jammed into the Rose Garden to watch the president announce he is nominating Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court. At least 7 people at that event have now tested positive, including 2 U.S. senators and Kellyanne Conway. We are also monitoring Joe Biden and Jill Biden as well.
Woke up to the news, President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump have both tested positive for COVID-19. And tonight here we have just witnessed a remarkable image. The president leaving the White House, giving a thumbs up, wearing a mask. Months ago, Marine One then carrying the president from the White House to the White House, saying his doctor and medical team suggested the move as the president now fights this virus, saying this move is out of an abundance of caution. But we do know he is showing some symptoms. It was just before 1 this morning when the president tweeted the news that he and the First Lady had tested positive. The White House physician then quickly saying that the president can carry out his duties, quote, without disruption. The news coming after we first learned that the president's top aide, Hope Hicks, had tested positive Thursday morning. Hicks by the president's side as he traveled to many events in recent days. 7 rallies in the past 12 days, including Wednesday night in Duluth, Minnesota. And of course, Tuesday night's debate with Joe Biden together on that stage for 90 minutes, socially distanced. But there was also immediate concern with this news for Joe Biden's health, too.
Maybe at work in the Jim Baker case. Jim Baker was a famous televangelist who defrauded people out of millions of dollars. Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to in this Jim Baker case, and then move to the mental health and personality factors. So starting with the timeline, Jim Baker was born on January 2, 1940 in Michigan, according to the website of his current show, The Jim Baker Show. At age 19, it was prophesied that he would go where no one had gone before, which is interesting because other people have gone to federal prison. It's really not a place no one's ever gone before, but maybe they were referring to some other type of prophecy.
Raids at Taylor City Hall. Well, tonight, Mayor Rick Sollers is indicted for what the feds are calling 4 years' worth of bribery. Sean Lay spent the day in federal court and had a chance to speak with Sollers February of this year at Taylor City Hall. Well, tonight, Mayor Rick Sollers is indicted for what the feds are calling 4 years' worth of bribery.
Enriching themselves. Tonight, Baltimore's former mayor, elected to heal a city scarred by riots, is charged with 11 counts of fraud, tax evasion, and conspiracy. And it all stems from a series of children's books that she wrote. Jeff Begay's on this latest plot twist.
Nearly $800,000 for copies of her self-published Healthy Holly children's books, even though there were multiple errors in the books.
Begin with breaking news. Former Mayor Catherine Pugh has been indicted. She's facing federal charges from conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to defraud the U.S., and tax evasion, all coming from her sales of her children's book, Healthy Holly.
Guns, drugs, and violence are what led to the 27 indictments here at the federal courthouse today. Those in charge of this operation of 30906 want those to know of that zip code that they are coming after the people committing these crimes. The Department of Justice announced 27 indictments Tuesday at the federal courthouse in what they are calling Operation 30906. This was an effort.
Prosecutors say Mayor Terry Williams and another man sent invoices to the Birmingham Water Works Board. Breaking from us tonight, Mount Vernon's mayor facing federal fraud indictment.
Say the former mayor made more than $800,000 in illegal profit from the books. Prosecutors say the former mayor made more than $800,000 in illegal profit from the books, more than $800,000 in illegal profit from the books. But that is just the tip of the iceberg.